Back everyone to the shop today. We're going to be doing a new project. We're going to be building a blanket ladder. This is a fairly simple project, but is really a neat thing to have and seems to be kind of hot on the market. My wife wants one, so I'm going to build her one. All you need for this project is a couple of 8-foot 2x4s, a couple of 6-foot pieces of 1-inch rod here, some wood glue, an orbital sander, handsaw, standard drill with a 1-inch paddle bit in it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is get you a tape measure and a speed square. Mark off 24 inches. So we're going to cut 2 foot off of this 8-foot 2x4. So up here, mark it at 6 foot. And then we're going to cut it with the saw. Steps I want to show you is super easy. This basically puts an angle on one of the boards here so that when you lean the ladder up against the wall, you have a slope and it gives you a nice level part on the wall. And it's super easy. You just take a piece of the 2x4 that you cut off the 8-foot piece there. You get the 2x4 at the angle that you want to have it leaning at, you know, up, down. You can adjust it, and once you do, you take your 2x4, your little piece there, and holding that is you take a pencil and you mark the line. That marks the angle there. Then you go down, take the same piece and set it up against, and you mark the angle at the bottom. That's all there is to it. You cut this angle and this angle, and once you've cut one, you use the same piece to mark your other side. Okay, so like I said, I've cut one that we marked. Lay it on your other board. You have the angle here, just mark this for the bottom. And then take your pencil up here and mark this angle for the top. That way they match and they're cut exactly at the same angle. Okay, so now we're gonna measure to where we're gonna drill our inserts here. You want to measure from the long side, 12 inches. So these rungs are going to be 12 inches apart, okay? So the center mark's going to be set on 12. So you measure to 12, 24, 36, 48, and 60. Once you get the marks on there, and I've marked this already, just take your speed square, come up, set a line, and mark straight across. And then I'm going to show you here in a second how to get the center. So we're going to mark each one of these. Okay, so your 2x4 is approximately 3.5 inches wide here. So we're going to mark the center at 1 3/4. So come over 1 3/4. Put you a little mark right there. So that's going to be the center of the 2x4. And you need to do that at each one of the lines you've drawn. So you're going to come 1 3/4, and right there, that's going to be the center, and that's where you're going to start to drill your inset hole. And you can see that I've already drilled it on this one. So we're going to do the same thing on this one here. Now the one thing you do want to make sure that you've done too is when you're deciding which way you want to make sure that you have these set so that these are cut on the bottom are all pointing the same direction. So that means you got holes on this side and holes on this side. So that when you put your rod in, and I'm going to show you that here real quick. That's what the 1-inch rod is. And we're going to measure this rod at 17.5 inches. And the reason is because I want it to be 16 inches between the two rails. Okay, so that I'm going to drill the holes on both sides as you've seen here. I've drilled this hole 3/4 inches. I'm going to do this one 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut the rod at 17.5. That'll give me 16 inches from one side to the other side, center to center. So you've got 3/4 of an inch here in the insert and 3/4 on this side. So you're going to mark, you need 5 of these at 17.5 inches. Okay, as you can see, I've cut the 1-inch rod. Got 5 pieces here. Take one of these. I've got the holes drilled. You want to make sure you fill the bottom with some good wood glue, and then just take your rod, and I take like a little rubber hammer and tap them in like so. Okay, as you can see here, we've joined two pieces together. You can see the rods in the middle. The one thing I do just overnight, just so that it gives a little extra pressure here, we're going to put some clamps on it, clamp it together until the glue dries in the rods where we put it together, and then tomorrow we can stain. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As you can see, I finished a couple of blanket ladders here. One of them was painted, another one was stained. If this video was helpful, make sure you give it a like. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And most of all, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you like this kind of video, make sure you subscribe. And until next time, stay safe.